How are they jealous of me and yet they have more than me? Why would somebody who has more than me be jealous of me? Oftentimes, when people are jealous and envious of you, it's not just materialistic things. When somebody is jealous and envious of you as a person and not necessarily jealous of your success, even though they have more success than you on paper, people with a jealous, envious spirit, it's not always about things for them. It could be about your character, how you carry yourself as a woman. Women don't understand how important this principle of how you carry yourself as a woman really is. You can provoke people to jealousy simply because of the way you carry yourself as a woman. You could be a cashier, you could be a waitress, you could be unemployed, you could be unhoused. But if you carry yourself in a feminine, classy, confident way, it could be a woman who has her own business. It could be a woman who owns a mansion. It could be a woman who's been married for 30, 40 years. She can still display jealousy and envy towards you simply because of how you carry yourself as a woman. When it comes to the way you carry yourself as a woman, there are three factors involved. Number one, the way you look. The way a woman looks, the way she presents physically, that will absolutely trigger a jealous, envious woman. If she is jealous of the way you look, even if she has the money, the means, the resources to look her very best, if her mindset is not to carry herself as a woman who looks her very best, she will be jealous of you. A woman with resources and money, but not the mindset and understanding on how to use those resources to level up in some way. A woman who has half or less than half of what she has, but you know how to work with what you have and make yourself look good, she will be jealous of how you present. Number one. Number two factor that's included with how you carry yourself as a woman is how you speak. There are a lot of women who carry themselves and speak like masculine men. They speak like overbearing, obnoxious, loudmouth, unappealing, uneducated men. A lot of women who carry themselves that way will be threatened and feel jealous of a woman who knows how to speak in a way that sounds ladylike, sounds assertive but not aggressive, and you know how to carry a conversation without excessive cursing and with actually listening and not always over speaking. A woman can be jealous of that. She might have the money, the resources, the opportunities to get some kind of etiquette training. She knows how to, she can go to college, she can go and get a degree, she can get a certificate. But one thing that money cannot buy, and this is the reason why some women who you might perceive as having more than you can be jealous of you, is because money truly cannot buy class. No matter how much money and resources a woman has, if she does not know how to use those things in the appropriate way to better herself, she will find herself being jealous of women who do not have half of the things or half of the access that she has. That's why you can be a woman who doesn't have luxury brands. You don't wear luxury clothing. You don't wear designer clothing. You don't have the most top tier kind of hairstyles or you don't have the luxury of having, $500, $600, $700,000 wigs. You might not have access to plastic surgery and lip fillers and all these other different types of things. But because you carry what you do have well, and that goes into the appealing of your looks, she will be jealous of you simply because you know how to work with what you have. And when it comes to how you speak, when you are a woman who carries herself with class and grace, and you do a lot more listening than speaking, and you don't have to fight to be heard, a woman can absolutely be jealous of that. Especially when a woman has always had to carry herself in a more overly masculine, overly aggressive way in order to be seen and heard. When she comes across a woman who doesn't have to do all of that to get the attention or to be seen and heard and validated, she absolutely will be jealous of you. Once again, Money cannot buy class. And a lot of you are looking at women who have more than you as if, why would they be jealous of me? Why would they envy me? They have good jobs. They have big bank accounts. They have big houses, nice cars. But money cannot buy class, and it cannot buy the appeal and the opportunity and the magnetic way that you attract other people. It can actually, if a woman is using what she has as the primary way to attract anybody or anything, that can actually be off-putting to a more masculine man and to people who are genuinely interested in forming a real relationship with her. If all she has to offer is things, but her character is lacking, she will absolutely find herself being jealous of a woman who doesn't have all the money, doesn't have all the resources, might not have the best top tier luxury brand clothes, but because you carry what you have well and you don't allow the fact that you don't have brand name items or a lot of money to stop you from being that girl, that's how a woman who has more than you can be jealous of you. And the third way that you carry yourself that can provoke a woman to jealousy is the simple fact that you are kind-hearted, that you have a beautiful personality. A woman who has more than you can be jealous of you if you have a kind and beautiful personality that people are attracted to. Once again, and I'm going to keep saying it, money cannot buy class. And just because a woman, or a person for that matter, has a lot of money, has a lot of resources, has cars, land, all these different things, that does not mean they have the kind of personality that people is attracted to. That doesn't mean that they have the kind of demeanor and they carry themselves in a way that attracts positive attention. A lot of times, and this is the issue with overly masculine women who are jealous and envious, they tend to attract people who oftentimes want to take advantage of the resources they have simply because they're always boasting about it. But if you are a woman who is kind-hearted and you have a gentle and sweet personality and you don't have all those things, but just who you are, your presence is enough for people, you may attract jealous, envious women because they're trying to figure out, how can you get that kind of attention with the least when they have the most and nobody really cares about them? Nobody's giving them the time of day. They have all this money and yet they're miserable. It's because money cannot buy relationships. Illegal relationships they can buy, but they cannot buy lasting relationships, and they cannot make you a well-rounded, overall decent woman. So the next time you look at a woman and you're wondering, how does she have so much more than me? She's so successful. She has this job. She has this car. She's able to do and go and buy whatever she wants. And yet she's giving me an attitude. Yet she's showing jealousy and envy toward me. Yet she's taking little shots at me. Look at how you carry yourself as a woman. Are you not argumentative? Are you easy to get along with? Because jealous, envious women, they do not like, especially those women who like to call themselves alpha females, not all alpha females, but jealous, envious alpha females. They take issue with women who are not alpha. They're okay with just being a feminine woman and just being in your presence, being in the feminine energy and just relaxing and just being. They don't like that about you because they have to constantly work in order to prove their value, and your presence is your value. Your presence is your worth. Your presence is the impact that you're putting out into the world. You don't have to work mule 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Not saying there's anything wrong with having a job, but if you're a woman, the point that I'm making, if you're a woman who gets your value and your worth, you see it in who you are as a woman and not what you do. A woman who might have more than you, even though she has a degree, more degrees than you, more education, all of that, she will still be jealous of you simply because it didn't take all that for you to get and receive the attention and the opportunity that you have. She might have had to spend thousands of dollars to get into rooms that you walked into for free. She might have had to spend thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get education in a field that you never got any formal education, just some YouTube and Google knowledge, and now you're making the same kind of money. But because you did it with ease, she might be jealous of you because of that. If a woman has a bigger house than you and you have a humble abode, and yet you're happy and she's miserable, she will be jealous of you simply because you are thriving where you are. And that's why I advocate for women to queen in their lane. And what I mean by queen in their lane, don't wait until you have all a big bank account, all the money, a big bank account, a big house, a big car. You have all the nice attire that you want. You're able to go and do whatever you want to do. Don't wait until you get to that point. If you ever get completely to that point, you have to queen where you are right now, which means vibe in the lane that you are now. If you are that girl and you work at the dollar store, you work as a cashier, be that girl. Carry yourself as that woman that has the most, even though you have the least. Because I guarantee you, your presence, your impact, your confidence, and the way you treat people and the way you treat yourself says more than anything that you can buy and any kind of money that you can throw in somebody's face. And what a lot of women, especially women who are jealous and envious of certain types of women that don't have a lot, but yet they find themselves being jealous of them, is simply because those type of women tend to work on their character development, their personal development, their self-care and self-love more than the woman who has a whole lot of money. And it's because a lot of times women like that are depending on their money to make them somebody. But in actuality, for a woman who is feminine, who is not jealous and envious, and she's just unbothered, she doesn't rely on the outside resources to make her feel good about herself. She knows that regardless of if she has it or not. And a woman who has more than you, but sees you operating that way, she absolutely can be jealous and envious of you, because how dare you not have half of the things that I have, and yet you're happy, and yet you're getting men left and right approaching you, and yet you're in the same space as me, but you didn't pay to be here because you didn't have to, because your presence, because the grace, the way I see it, that God has in your life, number one. But number two, if you are a woman who is not a hater, not jealous, you have a sweet personality and good character, those places, that character can keep you in rooms and get you opportunities more than any amount of money could. So if you ask yourself, how can a woman be so jealous when she has success? She's jealous of my little bit of success, but she has more than me. She's jealous of my influence. How can that be? It's because of how you carry yourself as a woman. And if you are in your femininity, which is one of the most beautiful gifts I believe God has given us as women, that is a main reason why someone, a woman, can be jealous of another woman, even though she has more than what she has. But your presence, your feminine presence, how you carry yourself, and that sweet spirit radiating on the outside can be the very reason why that woman is jealous of you. All right? And disclaimer, sidebar, even with that jealousy, you don't let it stop you. And you don't try to figure it out. Let it be. Stay away from her, but let it be. Because anytime you don't have to do anything to get attention or opportunity, and you're just being who you are naturally, and you don't have to buy your way in, that is a beautiful thing as a woman, where you don't have to constantly prove yourself. You can just be. All right? Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.